So Don Seib, that did not happen during the race. That happened pre-race. What's going on there?
Yeah, just went out with Bryna, was casual riding, came down the gravel hill over here, just kind of zoned out and went down and opened up the whole elbow. Went to urgent care, they looked at it and said, no, that's way above our pay grade. So they sent me over to the emergency room, and 6 hours later and a bunch of stitches, got all the way into the muscle. So doctor was pretty cool. He's a biker though. He's like, so you're gonna try and race tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, I'm in. He goes, so if I tell you not to, that's not gonna work. And I'm like, no. I go, as long as I can line up, I'll give it a shot. But the pounding on the descents is fairly brutal. Like the enduros and anything long and chattery, it's just like everything I got at the end of it.
Better today than yesterday, or is it just getting worse?
I think today was a little sore. So, another day of swelling or whatever. So, but by the end of the day, it was so numb, it didn't affect me so much. So that was good. But yeah, no, the riding, I mean, it's, it's usually the tech and the descendings where I have my edge, and I just have to be super cautious and on my game. So just riding a bike for 5 days now and seeing how it sorts out.
All right, you're a tough man. Thank you. All right, so Britt Mason, what I know about you is that apparently you are a sponsored Zwift athlete. And so I don't know if I was shocked or surprised, but then you're at the front of you actually won the stage today, right?
I did, actually.
And you're doing quite well. And so, like, I'm actually surprised. So you're coming from Zwift, which is indoor.
Yeah, I do a little bit.
You have tons of fitness. Do you have a background in mountain biking before that?
Yeah, so my background is adventure racing, and I did mountain biking too, and then I've just started doing road racing the last year or so. So my background is definitely on the dirt.
Okay, so you don't just Zwift, you actually race on the
I do a little bit of Zwift, but it's mostly off-season stuff, and it's great for fitness and getting that race feel in the off-season. So.
Right, how does that translate to riding over slippery rocks in Pennsylvania?
It doesn't at all. It's all fitness, so straight like TT, fitness and strength and power. But I do a lot of I live in Patapsco, so outside of Baltimore. So we do a ton of rocks, and then I've got the shed, Frederick Watershed. So we spend plenty of time on the rocks too.
All right, so I know you had a mechanical yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I had a flat.
Yeah, and so you lost some time, and then today you won the stage. Did you end up taking anything out of the margin between you and Carla?
I took a few minutes. She took a wrong turn, so otherwise she would have gotten me on this stage too. Well, that's racing, I guess. Yeah, I was chasing all day yesterday, and then today we were going back and forth, so she'd take me on the roads, and I'd get a little bit on the technical single track and the downhills. Just back and forth all day. It's fun. A lot of fun.
All right, you got aspirations of whittling that gap down by the end of the week?
Well, I hope she comes back. She's got an ugly injury, so she comes back. So it'd be great to compete against her the rest of the week.
All right, well, great job today. Thank you. All right, so Bryan Lewis, second, All right, Bryan Lewis, stage 2 of Trans-Sylvania Epic. You're sitting in second place, right?
Yeah.
How'd the race go down yesterday and today? We didn't get to talk yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday was pretty tactical. Kind of a lot of drafting and not trying to ride too hard. A couple hard digs late. Kind of got some separation on Carey, and JB and I finished effectively together. Today was a little more yesterday was a little bit warm up. Today was some real riding, really good stuff. So we stayed together, I think, until kind of the big single track climb out of the aid station. JB and I got a gap on Carey there. Ripped across the top, enduro section. Right at the embargo of the enduro, there was a sign that, it's totally my fault for missing it, but there was like a big left arrow. So left means go left, but it was also right next to a trail. And so I jumped in the trail. JB got maybe 15 seconds. And then the next single track section, a twisty, rocky climb. And it's this is the only place I want to be ahead of JB, so he can't ride fast. And he kind of probably got a minute there, and then was able to stick it to the finish. It was definitely the final climb out of the water station was hard. But it was fun. The riding here is awesome. The trails were really good. The downhills were killer today. It was hard, but lots of fun. So great day out here.
All right, man. Thanks. Perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
Ryan Hughes, your first Trans-Sylvania Epic. What's going on out there?
It's rocky. A lot of hills. It's fun. Upper body is totally jacked up.
All right, so I know you are used to rocks. So are these rocks at all different than Massachusetts rocks? They're still East Coast rocks.
They're just on the side of a hill.
Hashtag.
They're just on the side of a hill. So, today was 46 or 700 feet of climbing, over 34 miles, and most of it was rocks, and the descents weren't fire road. So it was a good pounding on the body.
It seems like it's going well. It looked like, what are you in, are you in second?
I'm holding on second in the 40 plus right now. Yep. First guy is way out front, so he leaves us early, and then I just hang on. So
that's Montalbano, right?
Yeah.
You know of him, though, right?
I don't know.
No? This is your first experience with Monty?
Yeah, this is my first time.
Yeah,
first time to get pummeled by him.
He's a bit of a beast from way back.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of
nasty.
sense then. Good.
Hey Ryan, where do you want me to put the...
All right, you having fun, though?
I'm having a lot of fun. It's actually way worth it. Everybody should come down here from the North Shore. So.
All right, thanks, man. Adin Maynard, racing the single speed category here at TSE. First TSE. How's it going out there, dude?
Yeah, first ever. It's man, it's hard. It's taken a lot, but it was awesome. It's going great.
All right, you're an experienced single speeder, so did you think a lot about your gearing coming to this? And what you end up going with?
Yeah, of course. Mixing it up a little bit actually. Today ran a 34-21 actually to lighten it up. It was a big day.
Is that on the low end of what you would normally run?
Yeah. I mean, depending. Like Western Mass, we got a lot of steep climbs, a lot of chunk. So I'm missing that a little bit actually here. Like they say, it's super technical. I wish there was more. It's good, but I'm not used to the endurance aspect of all this. That's what's new. It's just the road, the climbing, and I'm not in any endurance shape. 3 kids, my own business. It's just
You will be after this.
Exactly. This is like the fast track to getting in shape for the rest of the summer, which is cool.
So I noticed you have a dropper, right?
Yeah.
On your bike. Do you also have a suspension for it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I actually downgrade to the 80 millimeter dropper from a 160 for the weight savings, the weight weenie, and it's rad. It's all I need. Yep. Get your ass behind it.
So yesterday, I think you were in the battle for second, but first place single speeder had kind of flown the coop yesterday, right?
Yep.
How'd things go down today?
Today was hard. They, I think, what's his name? Avery, Levi. What?
The leader?
Whoever came in second today.
Oh, second.
Was super strong today. He geared better and hammered. So I was then fighting for third, and then had a wrong turn, which sucked. But kind of just raced my own race, and we hit a trail we weren't supposed to. That was really nice, so it was fun, but kind of unfortunate. And right now I'm just in it to have my own race and have fun. Finish the day. The miles are adding up, so finish the next few days and have a good time. But it's definitely should be on everyone's bucket list for, if you think you're strong, come and do this. I think it'll test you unless you're like through and through endurance racer. This will challenge anyone, and great competition. I mean, super impressed, particularly with the women here, just so badass strong. I don't see the guys ever, so that I'm sure they are too. I know they are, but just fun to ride with, and people are just so great.
Sweet, man. All right, thanks a lot. All right, Jeremiah Bishop took the stage win today.
I took the stage win, but Bryan was trying to take the stage win, and Bryan Lewis is fast. He's a training partner of mine, and so I know that the guy is lethal on anything with pedals and a crank on it, but a lot of people out there don't know Bryan Lewis. Kerry Warner now knows Bryan Lewis. Some of the guys at Oz Off-Road, Fat Tire Criterium, Howard Grotz and Keegan Swenson figured out who Bryan Lewis was in the last lap. And the dude can smash. I didn't have my power meter on this new bike. I have a Canyon Lux, just came in. Didn't have time to get that all sorted, but at the start line I found Bryan's power meter, and I was like, maybe I'll watch that while I'm sitting on his wheel and see what's happening. Because I knew it was coming. Then it came. It's like a bag of nails in your head. It was pretty hard section in the middle. We were kind of just being tactical today, and toward the middle, Bryan decided to open it up, and the gap opened up, and Carey was struggling a little bit, and yeah, man, it got real pretty quick there in the middle of the stage. A lot of climbing today, probably the most climbing of any stage here at Trans-Sylvania Epic. Probably 5,500 feet of climbing. A lot of that on rocky, rooty, technical stuff, and I was just glad to match him, and it was just like, I might be giving up some time here at the end of this stage, because I knew it ended with this big climb, like 20-minute climb up Stillhouse Hollow, which is also featured in the Wilderness 101. So I knew that climb, and it's very tough, especially if you're just chasing and just exhausted at the end. So matched Bryan on that middle climb, and then we entered one of the technical sort of flatter trails, and I managed to get contact back on the back of him, but it was not comfortable. It was full on racing, and toward the enduro section, Bryan overshot a turn, but I had been dropped. I had a stick in my spoke, so I was kind of looking down, making sure I backpedaled, got it out of there, chased, got down to the road, and I couldn't see him. He was gone. I'm like, I'm dropped. I just got dropped on the downhill by the guy people think is a road racer, but he's really quite an awesome mountain biker. And then I'm just going, and like, well, I guess I just have to go as hard as I can. So I was going, and then I was like, wow, it's a big gap, and then maybe I should look back. And I saw him behind me, and then it all made sense. He overshot a turn, and well, regardless, we were separated, so figured I'd keep nailing it, and we hit Deer Tick, which is a really undulating, punchy, rooty, turny, real backcountry trail. I really love it, and it was my jam, and I started to feel good, and I was like, I'm gonna just send it and just see if I can get a little gap going here, and stretch the gap out to maybe 45 seconds when we hit the dirt road across the bottom of the off-camber trail. I think it's No Name. So I went down that kind of carefully, and then set a good stiff tempo on the road, but I knew if I went too hard, I'd be totally crushed for Stillhouse. So I had to really find the right pace. And racing sometimes is just, pacing. Pacing is super, super important. Saved a little bit for Stillhouse, really rocked it on the bottom section, started suffering on the top section, but yeah, I felt good about my pace, and with the gap that I had, I thought I'd be able to hold it, and sure enough did. 90 seconds lead in the GC, so feels good. I'm the spring chicken, 43. I've definitely had many weeks, late winter and the spring, where I was shaking my head like, man, am I ever gonna get it back? Like that race speed. Waking up, just tore my bursa in my knee at 24 hours of Old Pueblo in a stupid crash. And there's weeks of just, limping around and not being able to bend over to put my shoes on. And slowly was getting better and better. And I've had a great couple weeks. It's been awesome. So stoked to take the stage win here, but I know it's nothing more than today, because anything can happen tomorrow. There's a lot of sticks out there. The courses are really raw, a lot of backcountry terrain, so could be a derailleur hanger and poof, I could be out of it just like that. So never look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm going to try to just stay focused, ride very clean tomorrow. RB winter is rough, so hoping the tires hold together and have a good race.
All right, man. Thank you.